So here's what happened, guys. On the way back, there's probably other stuff I could tell, but we are playing it in like a few minutes. On the way back, I feel like I just looked dangerous. I got repeatedly stopped at the airport. First, they gave me, hold on, they gave me this card, right? I went through the security, and I made it through, no problem. And then they get this card. Wait, I got this card, hold on. Let me pull it out. But okay, so here's what happened, guys. I go through the security, no problems, everything seems great. And then the lady, she doesn't speak much English, but I feel like I just look dangerous or something. So what happens is they hand me this card. I actually asked to keep this card because it's just very standard. And they had a picture and they drew on it, and they're like, "We're right here. You got to go here for security." And I was like, "Oh, that's weird. Like, how come no one else has to do it?" And she's like, "Your bag got flagged for something. You have to go through an extra search." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I wonder what it could be. Like, did I accidentally smuggle something in? Like, I don't know what happened, but I guess I just looked dangerous." And then I go to the security, the bonus. I asked to keep this. Like, kind of looks cool. But anyway, I go to the bonus security, right? And then they open all the things. And then they check my whole bag. They're like, "Is this your bag? Did you pack this? Did anyone touch it? Did anyone give you anything?" And I'm like, "No, I packed it, but you're making me nervous. Like, do I have like drugs in there or something? And you're just trying to make sure that I get in trouble for the drugs?" And then they're like, "Okay, well, this is your pack, so anything in it, you've done this, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so. I guess I did. Yeah." So the lady opens the bag, she unzips everything, like, kind of digs through it a little bit. And then she's like, "Yeah, there's nothing in here, it's fine." I'm like, "What?" Like, why did you do all this? I had to wait through security for like an hour after they handed me this note card telling me to go to bonus security, making me think I was smuggling drugs. They're like, "You packed this bag, right? You did this? You packed this? Everything in here, it's yours? No one put this in here?" And I'm like, "No, I did all that." And they're like, "Yeah, there's nothing. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay." And then they just close the bag and they say, "All right, have a good flight." And I'm like, I feel like I just got stressed out for like an hour waiting in the security line, worrying about this, wondering what I could possibly have for like, I don't know, what I could possibly have that's illegal. And then like the whole time I was talking to Myung and I was like, "I do have a can of hairspray. I don't know if cans of hairsprays are allowed, because on the thing, like when we were checking in the luggage, there was a sign that said no hairspray for carry-ons if it's too big." And I specifically asked the lady, I was like, "Ma'am, I do have a can of hairspray in my check-in luggage. Is that okay?" And she was like, "Yeah, that'll be fine." So for the past hour, I was afraid they thought my hairspray was some kind of bomb or something. Turns out it's just a random search. They checked it, said nothing's wrong, and then just let me through. And that's where it would have ended, if not for the second security check. So what happened was they searched my entire check-in luggage, found nothing, and they're like, "Okay, you're fine, have a good flight." And then I was like, "Okay, I guess that's the end of it." So I go through, before I board the airplane, before we get on, I check my scanning pass, I scan it on. Lady taps my shoulder, and she's like, "Hello, we're choosing you for a random security check." And I'm like, "Again? Me again?" So like they search my bag, and then I have my backpack, right? And they're like, we're gonna have to search your bag for a random security check. And I'm like, "Another one? Like, do I just look like a walking security hazard?" But here's the crazy part. My plushies, all the plushies I won from the Crane games and stuff, they didn't fit in my check-in luggage. So I had them all in my backpack, right? So I'm walking around with this backpack, and like so the backpack doesn't close with all the thing in it. So I had Bimbus sticking out like this of my backpack. I'm walking around with my backpack like this, and I'm just chilling with this thing on with the dog sticking out. And then they're like, "We're gonna have to pull you over for a security check. You look dangerous." They didn't say you look dangerous, but I was just like, do I look dangerous? I'm walking around with a dog out of my backpack. So like, they're like, "We need you for the random security check." They pull me aside into like a separate area. There's like 3 people sitting there. And they're like, we got to search your bag to make sure you don't have anything. And I'm like, "I already went through security, but sure, no problem." So she opens, she looks at the dog and she's like, "Oh, that's cute." So she opens my bag and she's like, she takes the dog out and she's like, okay, it's a dog. She pulls out this and she's like, oh, you have a lot of plushies. She pulls this out. Then she pulls out another one and she just starts laughing and she's like, why do you have so many plushies? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Why do I look like a threat? I have like 2 otters and a dog in my backpack. So I don't know what happened, guys, but I think I'm the most dangerous. I'm like the most dangerous looking flyer out there. I got double searched, I tell you. And the crazy thing is all I had was a dog sticking out and 2 otters in my backpack. So obviously I got through all the checks, but I was just like, why am I getting randomly searched so much? Like, do I just look dangerous? I don't know what's happening here. Same thing happened to my friend. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did. I feel like I just looked really suspicious. It was funny because the lady started laughing a little bit when she pulled out the 3rd plushie out of my backpack when they chose me for the random security check. So, not sure what happened. I think I'm a dangerous looking criminal. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I feel like I typically don't look dangerous. But yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. They picked the wrong guy, or maybe they picked the right guy because, you know, I didn't get hassled much, but it was interesting. I've never heard of random security checks. I've heard of them, but I didn't know, I didn't think they would choose. I would have figured I just looked non-threatening enough. They had 2 big police dogs there. Oh, there's only one time at the airport where they made you walk through the dogs. It's kind of crazy, but they would patrol you with dogs and you have to walk through, but everyone had to do it. This time was just surprising because they specifically searched all my stuff. Like, they saw the dog sitting out my backpack and still were just like, we're going to have to do a random security check on you. You look a little dangerous with those plushies and otters and cute dog you've got in your backpack. But, I don't know.